Hi guys, it's Melissa. As most of you know, I already told you I'm a psychology major at Rosemont College. This video is a little bit touchy and really dear to my heart. This is why I talk about sexual abuse a lot. This is why I want people to be educated about sexuality, about everything that's happening in the world. It's so much going on, but I just want to really focus on this topic because it really impacted me major. I know I gave you a generalization of what happened to me when I was a kid, but I want to go into more details because I want this video to inspire other people to talk about their experience, or mothers who have children or that needs guidance or questions or some type of platform. Definitely you can subscribe to my video, you can ask me questions, you can even email me. This is really personal though. This is about me when I was a kid. And I've been ashamed. I felt so much shame. I felt so much guilt. I felt so much confusion in my mind. It kept me frozen, stuck. This really traumatized me. And I don't care what no one says. This affected me to the core. And you can't go off of what this person's saying, what that person's saying, or what happened to that person. It's about how it made you feel as an individual. So when I was a kid, I had my little cousin. Me and my little cousin would play. I was like 6 years old. She was like 3. So, of course, she was adopted by my aunt. Took him from Puerto Rico. Now, we always played together because we was like close in age, but one time me and her was playing. It didn't really feel like play. We were both laying on the bed. I remember it being like, this is from what I can remember. And I remember her doing something to me. Like, I'm telling you to this day, my legs still get tight. It's like I get froze. And I remember her grabbing my hand and making me do the same thing to her. I didn't want to, but I didn't know what to do. I froze. To this day, I don't even know if I ever did the same or whether I did it. I just remember this hand and her grabbing it and wanting me to do the same. And that right there was enough to freak me out. Mind you, I'm only 6 years old. She's younger than me, so of course I can't even comprehend in my mind how did I let this younger child than me take advantage of me, or how did she get that much control and power over me? That's exactly what she had. She had power. And I went to therapy. I told my mom, I told my dad, I cried to my boyfriend, I cried to myself over and over. It just tormented me, ate me up. My mind cannot wrap this up. Trust me, it just didn't make sense to me. I went to therapy. I went to so many therapists. I kept telling them this story. So many therapists was telling me, oh, you just have OCD. And I was like, no, I felt guilty every day. I felt shameful. I felt scared in my own body. I felt numb. I felt frozen in time. I felt like that 6-year-old. I became that 6-year-old. It's as if my mind was taking a time zone back to me being 6 years old every day. It's like as if I didn't know how to defend myself, as if I did when I was 6 years old. It controlled me. It consumed me. It took everything from me. When I mean everything, I mean everything. So it wasn't until I seen a child psychologist and we did sand tray play, and she made me reenact everything through the sand play. And based on the sand play that she examined, this is a great therapist I've been time, she was able to discover I was the victim. I was the one that was being abused without me knowing. Not that my cousin did it intentional, but I was the one that was the victim. And my mind for so long, although I always knew I was the victim, but I grew up in a generation that if you're older, you gotta protect, protect, protect. And I'm like, well, what happens when I can't protect that one and that one is hurting me? And I was like, how does she take, control over me? Well, my cousin was removed from my aunt's home. She came from a home where my aunt lived at, and my aunt was heavily on drugs, really bad. She was removed from the home. It was known to the family that she definitely was molested. I don't know how many times or what was going on, but that was definitely true. And basically what my therapist said was that my cousin, little cousin, was just reenacting what was done to her to me. And it scared the living daylights out of me. And I'm still frozen in time at times. I felt like I was living a dream. My mind cannot understand this. Like, this sexual abuse, it torments you on another level. It doesn't matter whether it's kid on kid, adult with adult, adult with kid. It's like you need someone to blame, and you don't know sometimes who to blame. It's like it takes you on another. You don't understand unless it happened to you. Sexual abuse is real. And even if it's two kids, it's still just as important. And I don't want no one to take it away from nobody. Even if it's a younger child, it's still important. I'm going to do a part 2 video about this, and I'm going to discuss what happened to my cousin as well, because I did locate her.